The art of dance easily dates back to the beginning of time. It's a bodily expression that conveys a message without the use of verbal communication or a skilled language. Dance itself is also commonly known as body language. Dance within the Black culture originated from two major aspects: our African roots, where dances were used as expressions in tribal customs, rites of passage, mating, worship, mourning, war, and celebration. Enslaved dances, which were mainly performed in the West Indies, were expressed in and for such reasons as plantation work, seasonal changes, spiritual practices, healing, and storytelling. Dance has evolved over the many years and is now being seen, respected, and honored for its richness and beauty. The first Black dancers to perform on tour were minstrels in England. The shows were based on dancers who told a story through movements that included acrobatic humor and traditional dances from home. The first minstrel dancers in the USA were whites who blackened their faces and moved about, mocking and imitating the Black minstrels. As the evolution of dance continued to progress, dance performances then were still segregated, much like everything else during that era. And though dance has also been a form of praise and worship for over 2,000 years, it had been classified as sinful and not accepted in the church. Josephine Baker was a world-renowned Black entertainer, singer, and dancer. Since facing segregation as a child, she would later grow up devoting so much of her life to fighting racism, and she became popular for refusing to perform for segregated audiences in the United States. While Ms. Baker's many contributions also helped to break racial barriers in the world of dance, her own dance performances, however, were still frowned upon by some Christian churches and other religious organizations because of its provocative content. As we fast forward to present day, many in the dance community still face racial divide. In 2015, Misty Copeland made history by becoming the first Black principal dancer with the elite American Ballet Theater. Still, even in the light of such progress, Black ballerinas are not fairly viewed, treated, or accepted, especially by mainstream and other elite dance companies. But change happens and growth continues. In recent years, many churches have now accepted dancing in the church as a form of worship. Originally, only what's known as the shout was allowed in the church. With the shout move, the feet remain in a parallel footing. Once the feet cross each other, it was considered dance, and dance was ostracized in the church. Praise and worship and dance should never be segregated or discriminated because of age, size, experience, or technique. So why do we dance in the church now? Well, the more we look to praise God and glorify Him with our lives, we go from just seeing dance as just a part of our culture and history to living our redeemed lives, and we recognize our call to worship and praise in dancing. Dance in this manner should bring forth healing, deliverance, praise, celebration, and encouragement. In Exodus 15:20, Miriam danced before the Lord in praise and celebration. Also, Psalm 149 instructs us to praise Him with the dance. So why do we dance? Not because of our history, but in spite of our history, and for the glory of God.
Come on and thank God for the dancing church.